Taiwan may dump America for China soon. Why? Despite the United States' frequent and vocal assurances of unwavering support for Taiwan, a sense of skepticism and doubt pervades Taiwan. Many view these statements as hollow promises lacking substantial commitment. This skepticism is rooted in a deep-seated mistrust, with a significant number of Taiwanese questioning the authenticity and sincerity of the U.S. stance towards their island nation. A striking 7 out of 10 Taiwanese expressed distrust in the U.S., voicing concerns that the U.S. is exploiting the Taiwan-China issue primarily for its own strategic and geopolitical interests. This perception has led to a significant erosion of trust and relations between Taiwan and the United States, underscoring a disconnect between Taiwan's perceived interests and the intentions attributed to the U.S. in their ongoing relationship. The skepticism among the Taiwanese people underscores the need for more tangible actions and concrete measures to reinforce and validate the U.S. commitment to Taiwan's security and sovereignty. This situation raises the question of whether improved relations between China and the United States could lead to closer ties between China and Taiwan. Welcome to my new Today video. We discuss Taiwan may dump America for China soon. Why? Please help me to grow this channel by subscribing, commenting, showing it to your friends and giving it a like. Now let's delve into this exciting topic. Why Taiwan no longer trusts us. The Taiwanese people's concerns about China's escalating military assertiveness in the Taiwan Strait are indeed valid. This assertiveness, characterized by frequent naval victories, air patrols, and military modernization, is a significant factor contributing to the dwindling trust between Taiwan and the U.S. Historically, Taiwan's alliance with the U.S. has been a cornerstone of its national security strategy. However, the evolving dynamics in the Taiwan Strait have prompted a reassessment of the alliance's effectiveness. The ambiguity surrounding the U.S.'s commitment to Taiwan's defense has eroded the once robust sense of security within the alliance. Consequently, skepticism has grown among the Taiwanese public, leading many to question whether the U.S. would remain a steadfast ally in the face of a potential Chinese military threat. In response to this ambiguity, Taiwan has been compelled to reassess and enhance its defense capabilities, including investments in military technology, intelligence, and strategic infrastructure. This shift towards self-reliance reflects a pragmatic response to the changing geopolitical landscape and the realization that Taiwan must be prepared to defend itself without solely relying on the U.S. The Taiwanese people's concerns about China's growing military assertiveness and the uncertainty surrounding the U.S.'s commitment seem well-founded. China's actions in the Taiwan Strait, coupled with the U.S.'s strategic ambiguity, have created a challenging environment for Taiwan. The deterioration of security perceptions and Taiwan's need to reassess its defense readiness underscore the tangible impact of these factors on the ground. Addressing these concerns will require a combination of clear communication, strategic reassurance, and possibly a re-evaluation of the long-standing policy of strategic ambiguity. Moreover, the war in Ukraine, a geopolitical flashpoint in Europe, has sent shockwaves throughout the international community. This conflict has significantly altered the geopolitical landscape, drawing the attention of major powers to Europe. The conflict was marked by the military. The conflict in Ukraine has led Taiwanese citizens to question the United States' ability to effectively respond to a crisis in the Asia-Pacific region. The deployment of resources and military assets to address the European conflict has cast doubt on the U.S.'s readiness and capacity to handle challenges in multiple parts of the world simultaneously. This assessment contributes to credibility concerns, as the perception of stretched capabilities may undermine trust in the U.S.'s role as a reliable ally. The perceived prioritization of European engagements over commitments in the Asia-Pacific region has played a critical role in the erosion of trust between Taiwan and the U.S. Concerned about the potential implications of a reduced U.S. focus on the region, Taiwanese citizens are re-evaluating their historic alliance. Fears that Taiwan may not be at the forefront of U.S. priorities contribute to feelings of vulnerability and erode the foundation of trust necessary for a bilateral relationship. As a result, Taiwanese citizens' concerns about the impact of the Ukraine war on the U.S.'s credibility as an ally are based on a nuanced assessment of global geopolitical dynamics. While the conflict in Ukraine has understandably drawn significant attention and resources, the perception of potential neglect of the Asia-Pacific region, including Taiwan, is a legitimate source of concern. To address these credibility concerns, the U.S. must take a balanced approach, reaffirming its commitment to its Asia-Pacific allies and assuring Taiwan of its continued strategic importance. Clear communication about the U.S.'s ability to handle multiple challenges simultaneously is critical to rebuilding trust and dispelling doubts about its reliability as a key ally for Taiwan. The decline in trust between Taiwan and the U.S. is not merely a numerical issue. It represents a significant shift in Taiwanese citizens' perceptions of their long-standing allies. This shift has far-reaching implications for the historic alliance and Taiwan's overall security strategy. The transition from unwavering faith to a more nuanced and skeptical viewpoint can be broken down into several dimensions. The erosion of trust has prompted Taiwanese citizens to reconsider their historic alliance with the U.S. The once steadfast partnership that provided security is now viewed through a lens of uncertainty. The question of whether the U.S. can be relied upon in times of crisis necessitates transparent dialogue to address Taiwanese concerns and work towards rebuilding a relationship based on mutual trust and shared democratic values. But how will this lack of trust affect Taiwan-U.S. relations? The deterioration of trust between Taiwan and the U.S. is not confined to national security. It extends to broader aspects of their relationship, reflecting a complex interplay of geopolitical factors and perceptions. This underscores the need for a comprehensive approach to rebuilding trust and strengthening the alliance. The repercussions of the conflict in Ukraine have echoed through the complex web of diplomatic relations, reaching both the United States and Taiwan. This shift in trust dynamics has tasked Taiwan's leaders with the formidable challenge of navigating an international landscape filled with uncertainty about the United States' commitment. The impact on diplomatic relations is multifaceted. With eroding trust in its long-standing ally, Taiwan has been compelled to rethink its diplomatic strategy. The once guaranteed support from the United States is now under scrutiny, prompting Taiwanese leaders to diversify their diplomatic engagements. This rebalancing involves a nuanced assessment of global power dynamics and an acknowledgement that reliance on a single major ally may not suffice in an era of geopolitical fluidity. Due to this lack of trust, Taiwan has been driven to actively seek and strengthen ties with nations that share its commitment to democratic values. Taiwan is working to build a network of partners who can serve as alternative pillars of support. By forging alliances with countries that share its political ideology, Taiwan is establishing a network of partners who can provide backup support. This proactive approach is a response to the uncertainties surrounding the United States' commitment and a strategic maneuver to bolster Taiwan's diplomatic resilience in the face of changing global politics. Taiwan's diplomatic rebalancing is a pragmatic response to the shifting dynamics of global politics. The geopolitical landscape is in constant flux, and the decline in trust in the United States has forced Taiwan's leaders to adapt to this new reality. The pursuit of diverse diplomatic ties reflects Taiwan's recognition that it must proactively shape its foreign relations to secure its interests. In a world where alliances are subject to shifting priorities, navigating diplomatic relations in the aftermath of declining trust requires skill and adaptability. The decline in trust between Taiwan and the U.S. has necessitated a re-evaluation of Taiwan's diplomatic strategies in an uncertain environment. The rebalancing involves a multifaceted approach that includes strengthening ties with like-minded countries, diversifying diplomatic engagements, and pragmatically responding to the ever-changing dynamics of global politics. While this shift brings new challenges, it also enables Taiwan to assert its role as an active participant in the international community, shaping its destiny to align with its values and strategic interests. Taiwan's diplomatic engagements are likely to evolve further in the coming years as it navigates this complex and dynamic diplomatic landscape. Rebuilding trust necessitates clear communication and reaffirmation of commitment. The United States must address the concerns of the Taiwanese people about its stance on Taiwan's security. A transparent dialogue outlining the parameters and extent of U.S. support can go a long way toward restoring trust. The strategic ambiguity that has defined U.S. policy must be reconsidered in light of current geopolitical realities. Recognizing the changing dynamics of the Asia-Pacific region, the United States has an opportunity to strengthen regional cooperation. Building alliances with nations that value democratic principles can provide additional layers of support, helping Taiwan construct a more resilient diplomatic framework. In response to the evolving security landscape, Taiwan should persist in bolstering its defense capabilities. Enhancing the island's ability to deter potential aggressors not only serves its immediate security interests, but also signals self-reliance and resilience. This proactive approach can contribute to regional stability and elevate Taiwan's international standing. However, the evolving dynamics between Taiwan and the United States have reached a critical juncture, marked by a significant shift that has reshaped their relationship. At the heart of this transformation is Taiwan's realization that the United States' commitment may be more nuanced than initially perceived. The primary issue appears to be a growing concern that the U.S., to some extent, views Taiwan's stance as a strategic plot aimed at countering China, rather than an unwavering commitment to Taiwan's security. Taiwanese leaders and citizens have come to understand that the United States' support may align more with its strategic competition with China than with an absolute commitment to Taiwan's well-being. The perception that the United States is using Taiwan as a pawn in its geopolitical chess match with China has become a major point of contention. This perception suggests that the U.S. commitment is conditional and subject to broader strategic considerations, undermining the trust that was once the cornerstone of the Taiwan-U.S. relationship. As a result, Taiwan has begun to rebalance its strategic objectives and assert a more independent role on the global stage. These realizations have led Taiwan to initiate a strategic realignment, diversifying diplomatic engagements and seeking partnerships outside of the traditional alliance with the U.S. This shift not only presents new challenges but also opens up opportunities for Taiwan to assert its role in the international community. This shift reflects a proactive response to changing dynamics and an effort to secure Taiwan's interests in a manner that is not solely dependent on the geopolitical games of major powers. But could a lack of trust bring China and Taiwan closer together? Taiwan's perceptions and strategic considerations have evolved due to the changing dynamics between Taiwan, the United States, and China. There is a growing perception in Taiwan that the United States is exploiting tensions between Taiwan and China to advance its geopolitical interests. This realization has prompted a re-evaluation of Taiwan's position, with some experts suggesting a reconsideration of relations with China. Taiwanese policymakers and experts are contemplating the possibility that the United States may intentionally escalate tensions between Taiwan and China as part of its strategic competition with China. The perception is that escalating the Taiwan issue will cast China in a negative light on the global stage. This viewpoint implies that the U.S. may not be motivated solely by a desire to protect Taiwan's interests, but may also be pursuing broader geopolitical goals. The goal is not to jeopardize Taiwan's sovereignty or democratic values, but rather to explore avenues for dialogue and understanding that could help reduce tensions and contribute to regional stability. This re-evaluation recognizes that long-term coexistence with China may be a more viable long-term strategy for Taiwan. The video for today has come to an end. We are grateful that you took the time to view this enlightening video. Remember to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the most groundbreaking content. If you enjoyed watching this video, showing it to your friends, and giving it a like. Bye and have a nice day.